The live shows for AGT Season 20 is only roughly 1 week away, which is actually 6 days at the time of recording this video. And honestly, I cannot wait for the live shows this season. As you know, now we know who's on each week. It's going to be a very competitive battle. And now, at this time recording, as you can tell, it's now time for my annual my live show tier maker predictions, which I've been doing since Season 18, and I've been doing my kind of like sorting these out. And I can't wait for me to share this with you. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. So guys, as you guys know by now that the live shows are starting in only 6 days time, which will now be on August the 19th, which is very exciting. And I can't believe we're at the live shows already, which is just mental. This season has honestly gone by so quickly. It feels like only yesterday the auditions just started and I was doing these reviews, and I've enjoyed every single of these auditions. But now we're getting on to the live shows, and also for my tier maker live show prediction. So if you guys don't know what this is, ever since Season 18, which was back in 2023, I have been doing kind of like this tier maker draft. So as you can see here, which I'll get into in a minute, I have all the contestants that are in the live shows, and I'll basically be giving my predictions in a way, and kind of basically it's like a board basically too. So I'll show you right now. So here I have categories. Here I have the top 5 finalists, which are from 5th to 1st place. I have the bottom 5 finalists. We have the semi-finals for the 6 contestants, the quarterfinals, the top 5 from each week. So whoever makes it who I think could be in the top 5 of their quarterfinal, and just the quarterfinals, who I think will be eliminated immediately from the competition. So let's go down here quickly to show you guys. So this is the lineup we have for the live shows. A very decent overall lineup, which I quite like. There are some surprises I was not expecting, like Astrid, the choir leader. Chris Turner was a bit of a surprise for me. Who else? I guess Bay was a little bit surprising. Manino Harrison, is that his name? I can't remember his name now. The dancer from the football field. Who else? Tom Sandoval, that was another one that kind of surprised me. But overall, this is a very interesting and quite nice lineup for the live shows this season. I really like it. So basically, what I'm going to do is for this review is I'm basically going to share with you my predictions, who I think will make it far in the competition, and by having their photo, having the image here, and putting in the category that I think they will make it far, basically too. So let's just get straight into the tier maker. Of course, I will leave a link in this down below if you guys want to check it out and make your own. This is all done by me. I've made this whole thing from. I've downloaded the files. I downloaded, the photos here. I've made these by myself. So if you want to check it out, I will leave a link down below for you to feel free to do your own little tier maker for the live shows. So let's just get straight into the little review here. Now, kicking off with Alan Simonov, the Brazilian magician, who is probably my favorite magician of this season, because I know we only have 3 magicians, magicians this season of Alan, Mastermind, and Zach. I guess you could consider the Phobius to be kind of like magic, but kind of more horror elements in a way. But I have to say, I feel Alan could be that typical kind of dark horse contestant, as we've seen with many magicians over the years, actually. With one example for me being Yu Ho Jin from 2022, where I thought his audition was good, but quite forgettable. But in the live shows, he really stepped up his game, which got him to the final. So I could definitely see a similar kind of, I guess, storyline for Alan. And he also mentioned he wanted to do maybe a story if he gets to the next round. So if he actually does a story with his magic, that could give him a real boost. So I'm actually going to put him in the semi-finals category. I think he will have a good shot at making the semi-finals, which is going to be, I could definitely see him making that kind of dark horse route, and I would love to see what he does in the live shows and if he can really step up from his game. Next up, we have Alex Zinger, who was the dancer. He had his little crew behind him. I wasn't a fan, to be honest, but I had a feeling he'd go to the live shows because I know the judges love having these kind of like joke acts, but I'm going to put him in the quarterfinals category. I don't think he's going to make it any farther, and I could see him getting a game buzzed out, to be honest, if I'm brutally honest. Next up, we have Anna Saranina, the crossbow shooter who was part of Deadly Games a few years ago, but now came back as a solo artist. as you guys know by now, I love seeing Danger X on the show. But for me, this could be a hit and miss in my opinion. So for now, I'm gonna put her at the quarterfinals category for now. Again, if she brings it on the night, I could maybe see her having that dark horse kind of like. I mean, because I know Danger isn't always, favored well by the public, so that is my only worry for her. But again, I'm really hoping she does well in the live shows, and I'm wishing her the best of luck. Then we have Astrid, the choir leader who led the audience to Toto's Africa. Honestly, I was quite surprised she made it through because to the lives, because I feel like her act is like a one-time thing in my opinion. So I'm not too sure how it's going to work in the live shows. Are they going to pre-record it before the show goes live? I have no idea, but for now, I'm going to put her in the quarterfinals category. I think she'll probably get eliminated immediately, in my opinion. But we'll see. But I don't know. I don't know how her act's going to like progress to the next level. If that makes sense. Now we have Austin Brown, who got his second chance from being voted no in episode 2, only for him to come back in episode 6, getting 4 yeses. And for me, he has probably the most interesting story because he is that type of contestant, he got rejected, he got eliminated from the competition, he got a second chance, got 4 yeses, he's now on the live shows. Again, I could definitely see him having that underdog storyline. It's kind of similar to Daniel Emmett did back in 2018. So that could be an interesting and also if he sticks to his original songs, that could also really help him along the way. But for now, I think just looking at who I have here so far, I'm gonna put him in the quarterfinals top 5 as of right now. I think he could really improve. I could definitely see him maybe gaining more of his confidence as the show progresses for the next few weeks. But for now, I have him at the quarterfinals top 5. Next up, we have Be Unique Crew, probably the best dance group this season. I think one of the best I've ever seen on AGT. And for me, they're going straight into the top 5 finalists, in my opinion. They're like going straight in there. If it will load, because I'm just waiting for it to load. There we go. So, yeah, for me, they're easily the best dance group this season. And I think them and Unreal Crew are just so neck and neck right now. And honestly, these guys are just out of this world. I've been watching their audition non-stop for the past few weeks now when they got the early release, and they just blew me away. And honestly, you could tell Howie was so determined to press the golden buzzer for them, but they had run out of golden buzzer at the time. So I have a feeling they're going to get in the live shows. I don't know who, but I would assume Howie. But also Sophia could also have the golden buzzer that night, so she could maybe press it for them. But I'm leaning towards Howie at the moment, and I feel it would only make sense for them to get the golden buzzer, especially with them. Everybody, the audience were wanting the golden buzzer. The comment section on YouTube felt they deserved the golden buzzer. So I'm hoping that they do indeed get that golden buzzer, and just to see them in the final would just be amazing. And then we have Bay Melnick, the 9-year-old guitarist. I think he is so unbelievably talented for his age, but I have it. I'm between these two categories here, but I'm going to go with the quarter. I think he's going to be eliminated immediately. I think he's beyond talented, and just. But again, I think he's going to have some real competition on who he's up against. So again, he could surprise me down the line, but I'm having him there as of right now. Next up, we have Benjamin Hightower, the singer who from the military who performed Pink Pony Club, and he's another contestant I honestly could see having that dark horse run and make the semi-final. So I'm going to put him in the semi-finals category, and also because he kind of thinking about it, like for me, how like if you guys don't know already, he was actually on season 12 as part of a group called In the Stairwell, where they got to the semi-finals. So maybe I could see him doing the same thing, get to the semi-finals and being that typical dark horse. Again, I'm very intrigued to see what he does next. And I could definitely see him getting the votes when he performs and get through. Because he's one of those contestants I could just feel the public would definitely get behind and root for. So that's what I'm thinking with him right now. Then we have the Ben Family Band, the singing group who were related to the LA Fires. And I can't remember the song they sung in the audition. So again, I think this is another interesting one, but yes, for me, I would say I think they're very talented. I don't want to put them in the category here, so I'm going to put them for now in the quarterfinals top five for now. Again, it could change, but and also they'll probably have some stiff competition. But I could see the public get behind them, and just yeah, I could definitely see that happening for them. And yeah, I would really like to see that happen for them, and just for them to make it through, if they do. But I could definitely see them kind of getting the votes, especially because I think their story is very powerful and the audition was really moving as well. So I could definitely see them getting the votes there. Then we had the Birmingham Youth Choir, Simon's Golden Buzzer. I wasn't necessarily a fan of these guys. I thought they were good, but they weren't my favourites. So for now, I'm going to put them in the quarterfinals category for now. But just I thought they were good, but they weren't my absolute. They're not my favourite Golden Buzzer of the season, if that makes sense. Then we have Boston Dynamics, the Robot Act, who did kind of a routine to Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Again, another act I was a little bit surprised that made it through, because I felt their act it kind of feels like a one-time thing in my opinion, like I mentioned with Astrid earlier on. But again, I'm going to put them in the quarterfinals category. I don't know. I'm not too sure how their act could progress to the next level, which is kind of my big worry here. So I'm putting them there for now. Next up, we have Mel B's Golden Buzzer being Charity Lockhart. Now, as you guys know by now, I absolutely love Charity. I think her voice is amazing. She's just such a great singer. But with the competition that she's up against, she's up against some other Golden Buzzers. She's got Lightwire, she's got Jordan Blue, and some other really good acts as well. So I have a feeling that I don't know if she'll be able to rise up to the occasion. I mean, I hope she does, but for now, I'm going to put her in the quarterfinals category for now. So yeah, so that's where I'm putting her for now. But again, it could actually no. I'm actually putting her in the quarterfinals top five. Actually, that's what I meant to say, because I keep going back to my notes here that I've got kind of like what I was doing for the tier maker. So I kind of got sidetracked there. So I apologize. So next up we have Chris Turner, the improvised comedian and rapper. Very unique as well. I thought he was very, very unique at what he was capable of doing. But I don't know how his act could progress to the next level, and I'm worried that he might fall short. So for now, I'm going to put him in the quarterfinals category. As of right now, I just don't know how his act could potentially get better, if that makes sense. Then we have Chuck Adams, another great singer I love in this season. Definitely one of my favorite singers that didn't receive the Golden Buzzer the first time round. He performed Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Absolutely love this guy's voice. But again, I just think he's just such a talented singer, and just the way he did that song and made it his own, it was really quite something to watch. And again, he is someone I could definitely see being kind of a force to be reckoned with. I could see him maybe getting the votes. I could definitely see him being a semi-finalist, depending on his performance and who he's up against. But for now, I'm going to put him in the quarterfinals top five category as of right now. So I'm going to put him there for now. But if he does make it through to the live shows, I think I would not be disappointed if he actually did. Then we have City Limits, the vocal group who performed All My Life by Casey and JoJo. Again, I love these guys, but I have a feeling they will probably get to they won't. I don't see them making it too far, in my opinion. So I'm going to put them in the quarterfinals category here. Next, another interesting pick I have is Cole Swinson, who performed Viva La Vida alongside his mother on the cello. A very kind of wholesome, kind of bittersweet kind of performance. And it's currently got about 6 point something million views, which I was kind of surprised about when he got the early release. That the views were going up very quickly. So Again, he is someone I could also see being that kind of like resonating well with the public, but for now, I'm going to put him in the quarterfinals top five category as of right now. So I need to just double check on who I have so far. So I have 2, 4, 4, 1. Okay, so I need to be careful with my next few picks when we get to them down the line. So the next pick we're going to talk about here is Crash Adams, the singing kind of like vocal duo who are very famous online and on social media. They've got a ton of hits. Again, I was a bit surprised that they actually did audition for the show. So, I'm happy they're in the quarterfinals, but for now, and again, another interesting one because I could maybe see them sneaking their way into the top five of their quarterfinal, but for now, I'm putting them inside the quarterfinals category as of right now. Duo Stardust, another act I can see potentially kind of especially because I guess their redemption story in a way. Because I know Simon gave them the golden buzzer, they got eliminated in the semifinals on BGT. I could see them having that redemption arc, and I could see them in the semifinals. But for now, I'm gonna put them in the quarterfinals top five as of right now. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six in there. So then the next up we have is the EDT dance team. Now, assume you guys know. If you guys don't know, I think these guys are a very underrated act this season. I really enjoyed their audition. It was just such a great routine. I loved the whole audition. It was such a great act. And while I really enjoy them, I think they're such a great act. I don't see them making it any further than the quarterfinals. So I'm going to put them in the category here. Next up, Gendai, the Japanese laser act, who I'm still mind boggled that Mel B said no to him because I thought he was just so good at what he was able of doing. It really reminded me of Made in Vietnam from Britain's Got Talent this year. So I mean, I honestly could see him getting a live show golden buzzer. You know, if especially if Simon has it, I could totally see him doing it for him. But for now, I'm going to put him in the the semi-finals as of right now. So I have him. I'm hanging there. And then we have Girish and the Chronicles, another act who I absolutely love. You know, they're such and also because I think bands don't always do too well on the show, especially with the kind of voting demographic for heavy metal. It doesn't seem to always respond, but these guys I just thought were so good in their audition, and if they keep if they keep being at the same level with them doing the cover songs in their own rock style, that will really push them far. So I'm going to put them in the semi-finals category, right here. I need to double check on my notes to see if I'm missing anything. It doesn't look like I am at the moment. So no, I think we're good so far. I'm gonna put them in the semi-finals category. Next up, we have Jacqueline and Wagner. Now, this is actually a hot take here because looking at the lineup and watching back their audition, I've really kind of like not given them enough credit because I thought their audition was really good, but I kind of forgot about it as time went on. But now looking at the lineup and who they're up against in the live shows, I could see them maybe getting a golden buzzer and being as a potential finalist because I mean, think about with Sebastian and Sonia from last year. I didn't necessarily have them as a finalist pick, but they really impressed me in the live shows, which got them the golden buzzer. So I could totally see that happening for them. So you know what? I'm going to put them in the finals, bottom five. I think they actually have got a decent shot at making it through to potentially as well being a finalist. So I'm putting them in this category, and also it would be really nice to see that as well, have that type of act in the finals as well, which would be great. And next up, Jessica Sanchez, the one who's been the talk of the town, and this needs no explanation whatsoever. She is going straight into the top five and first place. And keep in mind, the top five is basically going to be ranked in first place to last to fifth place, if that makes sense. So waiting for Image to be there. So there we go. So as of right now, I have Jessica number one and Be Unique number two. This will flip flop around at the minute. But again, out of all the auditions I've seen this year, she is the one I've been going back to constantly, and I mean constantly. I just can't stop watching her performance, and just her voice is just so amazing. I would just be amazed if she's not in the top two. And I know some people might be a bit picky about it because she's already got a career, and I understand that. But I just she even mentioned, I believe, that she wants to like reinvent herself, which I can really respect. So to see her come on the show again, get the golden buzzer, was just such a great moment. Honestly, I'm not trying to be one of those kind of YouTube fans you see in the YouTube comment sections, like we did in the Super Teaser trailer. Give me a second, folks. As I was saying about Jessica Sanchez, I mentioned about her being probably basically the talk of the town since the very beginning when she was shown in the trailer, and I genuinely really want her to win as well because I just think she's amazing. Just she's just such a great singer, and to see her win would be great as well. So I'm really hoping that she does end up getting to the finals and hopefully the top five. So next up we have Jogglissimo, the juggling act, the juggling group, who also blew me away, and also I thought they should have gotten the golden buzzer in the auditions. So for me, they are definitely a top five act of this season. I was actually for second and first place, no, second and third place. I was really going between the Beanie Crew and them because I think both of them are so neck and neck for that category. But I went just with my heart, and I was Beanie. But Jogglissimo, I also think could be a real contention for the top two. I think, especially, I just think what they're able to do with the juggling is so just. It's just incredible what they are capable of doing, and just how they do it is just it's just amazing. They are amazing, and again, I would love to see an act like this win the show. I just think they are out of this world. They really are. Next up, Jordan Blue, Howie's Golden Buzzer, and also another favourite to win the show as well. It seems like this year, who performed "Break Even" by the Script. I love that song, and he absolutely nailed it as well in his audition. So he's definitely for me a top five contender. So I definitely am putting him in the top five. For this category, and just again, I feel like him and Jessica Sanchez are both really neck and neck in terms of the singers who I think could win the show this year. I know I'm leaning towards Jessica, but Jordan could totally pull off the victory as well, and I would love that to happen as well. Then we have the Leo High School choir, the male choir. I thought they were very good as well. I think even though choirs aren't always my favorite, in my opinion, they were still good. So, but I've got them here in the quarterfinals category here for the top five. So I have one, two, one, two. So I have one more spot left for the upcoming quarterfinal. Okay, so I had to double check that, but they're very good. I think they are very talented. I really liked their audition, but again, I'm not always a massive fan of choirs. So yeah, just that's just my opinion. So next we have Lightwire, Simon's Golden Buzzer. Again, I think they will definitely get to the final for the top five. I have them in fourth place here. So as you can tell now, I have the top five fully completed. I've got it. So I have Jessica as first place, B Unique as second, Jogglissimo third, Lightwire fourth, and Jordan Blue fifth. So that's like my order from first place to last place, if that makes sense. So yeah, I again, Jordan is another amazing singer. Definitely one of the favorites as well to end up winning the show this year. He's just so ridiculously talented, and just again, I just think he is so just. He's just amazing. His voice is just amazing. So I would love to see him get to that top five, and I just think he's just going to nail it once again in the live shows next week. So I'm so excited for what he brings. Then we have Loco Pop Familia, the cat dance group, who Mel found annoying. So I have no doubt she's going to buzz them in the live shows, and I also find it quite funny that they did even get to the live shows just to really annoy Mel. So that was quite funny. So I'm just gonna swap them around. Oh, it's going all over the place right now. With these because there we go, and just switch these across here. Hopefully, with the EDT, because I'm trying to do this in alphabetical order. There we go. So I think they'll get eliminated immediately in the quarterfinals. Then we have what's his name? Maceo Harrison, the dancer who did Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, where he really used basically the whole arena. It was the Pasadena Auditorium, I believe, and that's the venue it's called. He used the whole area for that. As a very impressive dance as well. But I am going to put him in the quarterfinals tab here because again, he's another act I was a little bit surprised that made it through to the live shows. He wasn't necessarily on my radar. But hey, he could maybe step up this game and sneak his way to the top fives on his night. But for now, I have him as a quarter finalist. But that's where I have him as of right now. Then we have rapper Mama Duke, who did her own original song, who I really liked as well. I think she's very talented. I really love her style. I mean, even though rap isn't my forte, isn't my favorite, she was very, very impressive. But I'm going to put her in the quarterfinals category for now. Because I don't know how well rap would necessarily resonate with people So I'm having her in the category here for now. Then we have Masterminds, the kind of like the magician who used AI. Very interesting act as well as if I'm honest, a very different magic. Which really reminded me of the hacker from BGT as well as X from BGT, mashed up into one. So I'm again, I just for me, he is this type of act that I just doesn't feel. I can't describe it, but it doesn't feel like an actual magic act. It just feels like with technology, which isn't always for me. So I've got them as I got him as the quarterfinalist. I don't think he'll make it any further, in my opinion. Next, the Masali brothers, one of my favorite Golden Buzzers of the season, the juggling duo who, as you know, they were also on Britain's Got Talent earlier last year, and they blew me away. So the fact they came on AGT, I was so excited. Again, they blew me away with their routine of the juggling. It was so amazing to watch, and just honestly, I honestly think they could be real contenders for the finals. So I'm putting them in the finals bottom five here. Again, I just think what they're able of doing is so unbelievable, and just how they're able of doing it. You know, with the juggling of the weapon, with the knives. You know, with the clothing they're doing back and forth. It's just it blew my mind when I watched them for the first time. It was just so amazing, and I really feel they're going to up their game once again. And just I truly think they could be contenders for the final. I honestly think they could make it, and I would love to see that happen as well. Then we have rapper Micah Palace, who did his own original song, and I put in the wrong category there. I didn't mean to put that there, but I'm putting him in the quarterfinals category. Look, purely because again, I don't think rap always resonates very well with the show. You know, there has been many rappers that have gone as far this year, especially not this year, but like especially with the like whole um kind of you know what I mean. You know, I guess like the voting doesn't always do well for the rappers, so that's another thing I could see happening to Micah. But he's still very talented though. Next, the Phobias, and for me, this is another one. I think that again, I'm not always a fan of horror acts, and I think they are very talented, but I just can't see them making it any further than just being limited in the quarterfinals. I really can't see anything else happening other than that. So that's my that's them. Next, we have Shula King, the stand-up comedian, the funeral director, the only stand-up comedian that's in the live show, which is quite surprising because I think I would have loved to have seen Sandra Rizza and Dwayne Jackson have a go at the live. So him being the only comedian is a bit of a surprise for me, which I'm kind of gutted about, as I would have loved to have seen more comedians. But I am still confident that he'll be a finalist, especially comedy has done so well over the years. I again, and also this would be a really great time for a comedian to win the show this year. We've not had a comedian win the show, and I've been wanting that for years. To have Shula potentially win would be just great, especially for the comedy that we've not had. I mean, you could consider Paul Zerden to be kind of comedy, but it was more ventriloquism in a way. But I still think he's got a shot at winning the whole thing as well with Fashula. I just think he's so likable and just so unbelievably talented. Then we have Circa Maria. That's how I pronounce their name. Circa Maria. I think that's how you pronounce their name. I apologize. The trapeze duo, who also were very, very impressive. I loved them as well. Even Sophia really enjoyed them. Now, this is another interesting one because I know I've seen people saying, "Oh, maybe Sophia could also hit a golden buzzer for them." Honestly, I could see that happen for them, but the reason I'm leaning towards Be Unique is not only because I think it's the most likely outcome and it feels likely, but also how he was so desperate to press it, and I think you could tell Sophia was wanting to press it for them too. So for now, I'm going to put them in the quarterfinals top five as of right now. I just again with Be Unique Crew being just I feel like with Be Unique Crew, they're such like they. I mean, for me, they deserve the golden buzzer, and you can tell the audience wanting it. But again, I think that I could see them maybe getting it or get to the semi-finals for the public vote. But again, I would love to see what they do next, as I think they are really, really impressive. They really impressed me. I absolutely loved their act. So yeah, that's my thoughts on them. Then we have Let's quickly check this. So we've got 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so got those sorted. Then we have Steve Ray Ladson, the singer who did "Back on My Truck," the original song. Again, I think if he was on a weaker episode, because the week one is really stacked as of right now, so I think he would definitely have a shot. But for now, I'm putting him in the quarterfinals category. I do think he's really good, and I hope he does do another strong song that could step up from his audition. Because the first song I thought was really good, so again, I'm hoping he really steps up his game for another song, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping right now. Then we have Team Recycled, the first dance group of the season that were in the audience for their performance, and they blew me away as well. And for weeks, I've been saying that they could be potential finalists, but now with Unreal Crew and Be Unique Crew now competing against each other, while I think they could maybe get a sneaker spot into the finals. For now, I'm going to put them as a semi-finalist because just but again, I am hoping that they do prove Mel B wrong, because I know Mel B found it boring, which I still disagree with to this day. I just thought they were amazing. But again, I hope they prove Mel B wrong and they convince her that it wasn't boring in the audition, and just yeah, that's what I'm hoping for them. Then the Boykins, one of Terry's golden buzzers. Again, I feel very confident they could be in a finalist, but I'm putting them for now in the semi-finals. Again, they could totally be the Chapel Hart of this season. They get the country votes, they get through to the final, and I would not be disappointed if they actually did, because I think they've got so much talent. They're so just the harmonies they do together are amazing, and I could totally see them having that kind of getting the votes and potentially being in the finals, and I would love that. But for now, I'm putting them in the semi-finals category for now. But again, this could change once we get to their week on the live shows. Then we have the Funketeer dancers from Detroit, Terry's other golden buzzer, and I'm going to put them in the quarterfinals category because while I really enjoyed their performance, I was a bit surprised they got the golden buzzer, especially because they were the first act of their episode, and to open with a golden buzzer, that was a real first. So I don't know, but for now, I'm putting them in the quarterfinals category. But we'll see what happens and when they perform next. Again, then we have Tom Sandoval and the most extras. Again, I'm very surprised he made it through to the live shows. I wasn't a huge fan of his auditions. I felt like kind of felt like a copycat of a cover band of doing "Take on Me," which I mean, I thought it was okay. It was fine, but it wasn't anything just out of I don't know. It wasn't my favorite though, so to see them in the live shows, I'm just not a massive fan of, in my opinion. Anyways, we've got 3 more acts to talk about. Next up, the TT Boys, the acrobatic duo. Again, another act that blew me away in the auditions. Even Simon called it one of the best acts this year. So for me, they are definitely still in my finalist pick here. So they're definitely for me a pick for the finals. I also could see them getting the golden buzzer on their live show week. So, and I hope they do as well. I just think they are amazing. What they're capable of doing is remarkable. Just all around an exceptional act, and to see more acrobats into the final would be so exciting. And to keep up the trend, we had the Ramadani brothers from 2023, Akuna Matata's acrobats from last year. So hopefully we see them in the finals as well. I think they are also just amazing. And now we're going to Howie's second golden buzzer, Unreal Crew. One of the dance groups that blew me away, them and Be Unique Crew, for me, the 2 best dance groups this year. And I am also pretty sure they're going to be in the finals, especially with their connection to each other, Be Unique Crew and Unreal Crew. I mean, their audition was just amazing. I was blown away by the whole routine. The way they included the contortion, the way they included just the elements they were adding was just so amazing. Just again, again, I think even Howie said they could go all the way, and I could totally see that happening for them as well. They are just, for me, they're just such a breath of fresh air of a dance group that we've not seen before in AGT. And just, again, I just think they are absolutely just superb. Honestly, to see them and Be Unique Crew battle it out in the finals would be epic. And I mean epic. Honestly, I really hope we see that happen because for me, they're just both of them groups are just so incredible. And finally, the first magician of the season to finally talk about Zach Mers. Again, another interesting one in my opinion because while I do get a bit of Dustin Tavella vibes from him, you know, the way he did his audition with, you know, with the story with his daughter, you know, very moving story. And I like the way his audition he kind of interacted with the not only audience but everybody watching at home. Where he had the screen covered of objects. That was a really clever match. So yeah, I could see him maybe being a dark horse for the Magic this year, but for now, I'm gonna put him in the quarterfinals category. Just for now, yes, because personally, Alan Simonov is my personal favorite magician this season, and that's just my opinion. But I could maybe see Zach being a potential kind of built taking up to the next level and see what he does is very exciting. So I'm very excited for what he brings in the live shows, and we'll see what happens then. So this is so here you go. This is my tier maker live show predictions for this season of AGT. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Honestly, I'm very happy with this overall prediction. I mean, of course, I could be wrong on some of them. Just because I've been trying to go as accurate as I could, especially now who we now know are on each week. I was trying to try to do it that way. But anyways, I'm happy with this lineup. Who I have. So again, this could totally change. I could be wrong on some of them. We could maybe have some surprise eliminations, so a surprise golden buzzer. I don't know, but this is what I'm thinking of right now, and once again, I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to do your own tier maker. I will save this. I'll do a link, and then you can do it. Like I mentioned earlier, this has all been done by me. I've made this whole thing. I've done the photos. I've done the tabs, all of that. So if you want to, feel free to do that. I'll leave a link down below. And are you excited for the live shows kicking off next week? Because I am as well. I am. I might do another video, maybe predicting the golden buzzers each week. I'm not too sure. I might not, but I am so excited for the live shows. I'm starting next week, and I cannot wait to get started into that. And then doing our reviews each week because I know the results are normally on the Wednesday. So I might try and do it on a on the Wednesday maybe or on the Thursday because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. But we'll find out later very soon once I know what I'm doing. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe with post notifications turned on. I would really appreciate that. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and of course, I will see